There cannot be any successful business without marketing. Digital marketing is the only option or only effective marketing solution available for any product manufacturer or service provider. Hi, this is Suresh from Apex Web Services and Online Education Private Limited. The first free demo class for the proposed entire digital marketing course which I am offering over a period of 150 video sessions. Hope these sessions will give you enough knowledge and exposure and confidence to handle any kind of digital marketing projects. Well, Meena will be your faculty for the next 150 video sessions, and she will be here to explain you in detail and make sure that you get enough confidence, experience, exposure in handling digital marketing.
Hello everyone, welcome to Apex Digital Marketing. I'm really excited to have you all here. So let us begin this wonderful journey into the world of digital marketing. Digital marketing is a field that is transforming businesses, careers, and opportunities like never before. So at Apex Digital Marketing, our goal is not to just teach you the concepts of digital marketing, but we are trying to empower you with the practical skills that can help you to grow further. So if you want to become a digital marketing professional, start earning independently as a freelancer, then you are on the right space. So throughout this course, we'll be exploring the complete ecosystem of digital marketing step by step. You will gain hands-on experience by looking at the practical approach of the course. So by end of this training at Apex Digital Marketing, you will be able to understand the complete digital marketing ecosystem working process. You will be capable of managing the digital campaigns right from the starting to finish. You will be able to build your online presence and build a portfolio, and you will be ready to earn through freelancing using our platform JXR. So let us begin our session with introduction to marketing. Guys, marketing is not something that we are just exploring today. Marketing has been there since right from the beginning of business. Marketing is simply not about selling the products or offering services, but it comes up as understanding the customer needs. So what exactly is your customer expecting from you? What kind of product or service is he trying to get from you? And what kind of a relationship should exist between the seller and the buyer? And what should be the satisfaction that you should provide to your customers? How good you should be when compared to the competitors. So marketing is not simply selling and buying. It's also building customer relationship. It's kind of establishing a loyal customer base for your business in the market. So in simple terms, if you want to talk about it, marketing is nothing but connection between the customers and the businesses. So if you are into business, so anyone who is into business is either offering a product or you're offering a service. Today, the market has established more and it has expanded more. We are selling even information. So knowledge sharing or information sharing is also coming under marketing today. So if you are someone who is either selling a product or providing a service or sharing your knowledge or information, you are into business, and for this, you need to reach your right customer. That's the most important part. End of the day, if you want to sell your product or service or your information, there has to be an end user who is receiving that from you. And that end user is nothing but your customer. So the customer who is your end user must be satisfied with the product, service, or information that you are providing. So if you can establish that trust factor, if you are able to reach out to the right customer and provide satisfaction to that customer, that is when a loyal customer base is formed. And for any business to flourish, establishing a loyal customer base is very, very important. So as I said, marketing is nothing but connection between customers and the businesses. So if you want to establish this connection, you need to identify what exactly your customers are looking for. So what is that people are looking for from your business, and how would you provide that to your customer? What is the best possible way that you can make your customer feel completely satisfied with your product or service? So that is basically about the marketing. Guys, we spoke about marketing. Now let us try to understand the core concepts of marketing. How will you plan, strategize, and execute the concepts of marketing? Let us understand these terms one by one. So, if you are into marketing, if you are into business, you need to understand the differentiation between what exactly is a need, what is a want, and what is a demand. So, what is your customer's expectation? So, how will you find it? Based on your product or service, which expectation of your customer are you able to satisfy? What are needs? Basically, needs are something which are mandatory elements for your customer. So anything related to the basic needs like food, shelter, clothing, anything related to basic requirements of the customer. So is your business satisfying the needs of the customers, or are you catering to the wants of the customers? Like, what is customers' expectation beyond needs? So after satisfying the basic human needs, everyone will have some more expectations, like we can say semi-premium products that they are expecting from the businesses. So are you catering to the wants of the customers, or is it the luxury customers that you are serving to? Are you satisfying the demands of the customer? So what is your product basically catering for? You need to have this thorough understanding. Guys, this is not only about the products, this is also about the services. So even if you are into service-based industry, what are you catering for? Are you satisfying the needs of the customers, or are you satisfying the wants of the customers, or are you providing the services which are the demands of your customer? So based on this, you can identify who your target audience are, and that will help you to analyze what kind of marketing strategy can you prepare for getting better results. Beyond that, as I said, which industry do you belong to? Are you into a production, or are you into a service-based company? So what is your market offering? What is that you are providing to the customer? For example, let us say if you're working for a product-based company. So when you're working for a product-based company, your main target will be maintaining the quality of the product, making sure that you are satisfying the customer's expectations, making sure that you are better than the competitors. So your offering should have something more than the competitors. It will make the customers convinced to get into buying your product. So what is that you are offering to the customer on your behalf? How are you better than the competitor? What is your specialty? Do you have any certifications? Do you have any accreditations? What kind of special offering does your company give to the customers? So you need to have thorough understanding about the product of your business. Suppose if you are into a service-based company, obviously you need to have thorough understanding about the services that you're providing. So which kind of customers are you catering for? What kind of services do you provide? Are they localized services, or are they online services, or is it a globalized service that you're providing? So what are your limitations? What kind of expectations are you setting up for your customers? So you need to have thorough idea about what your business is offering to the customers. I hope you are understanding my class. If possible, use headphones to understand better. Whenever you do not understand, you can replay the video and listen again. At the end of the class, answer all the questions in the assessment test. At the end of this class, perform the practical task as explained. The better you perform, the more you can earn from JXR. Beyond that, you need to understand what is the value of your product or service. Guys, everyone is going to pay a fee for the product or service that you are providing. For example, if you are into a product-based company, you are taking the charge, the price of the product. Or if you are into a service-based company, you are charging a fee for providing that service. As even if you are into information-based platform, today everyone is trying to gain profit out of the information that they're providing by getting the traffic to their platform and by getting the ads onto their platform. So end of the day, everything sums up, everything boils down to getting a value for the product or service that you're providing. So when you are charging a fee or a price from a customer, are you able to satisfy the customer in the same level? That analysis has to be there for a marketer. So what is the value that the customer is paying you? And for that, in turn, are you able to give enough satisfaction to the customers or not? So are you able to bridge the gap between the value and the satisfaction? in your business. Beyond that, you need to understand the ease of the transactions. Guys, today when you talk about ease of transactions, it is quite convenient for the customers to purchase products or services because of the digital flexibility that they have in the payment modes. Earlier, it was completely cash transactions, and even if you want to go for a bank transfer and all, manual intervention was hugely involved. But today's scenarios are totally different. Customers can make payment through online platforms. There are multiple payment methods available like instant transfers like IMPS, NEFT, etc. So, is your company providing that ease to the customers or not? How convenient are the transaction modes in your business? So, you need to understand that concept. Is your company able to make the customer feel convenient by providing him enough transactional opportunities? And what kind of a market type are you working for? So is it a local market, or is it a global market, or is it an online market, offline market? So what is your target? Where is your business localized, or where is your business providing the services or products? So what kind of market are you focusing on? So if you can understand all these core concepts of marketing before starting the marketing for any organization, you can have better planning, you can have better strategy, and you can provide better services to the customers. So once you understand these core concepts, you need to know what are the basics of marketing. Guys, whatever we are talking here, we are talking about the marketing first, then we will move towards the digital marketing concepts. So the main P's and C's of the marketing is what we are going to discuss further. 4 P's and C's of marketing. So what exactly is this? I'm sure most of you might have heard these words, but still as a reference, because once you step into the digital marketing industry, if you want to have thorough knowledge about digital marketing, you need to understand the core of marketing first. So if you can understand the core of marketing, it will make your foundation strong and you will be able to plan better for the digital marketing for any company. So here, let us talk about the 4 P's of marketing first. Product, price, place, and promotion. As I said, one must be aware of what is that you are offering to the customer. What is your product? So be it products, be it services, or be it your experiences, your knowledge, your information, whatever it is, we can sum it up to the word product. So what you offer to the customer is what we call the product. So as a marketing specialist or a marketing analyst, your job first is to understand your product. So if you are into a product-based company, look at the quality of the product. Find out from your client what kind of product are they selling, how are they better than the competitors, how do they do the quality check, what is the production procedure, are they producing the product themselves or are they acting as a third party by taking the procured product from others and providing it to the customer. So what exactly is your company into? So you have to understand basically what exactly are you offering in the form of a product, or even if you are into a service-based company, the thing goes in the same way. So you need to understand what kind of services you're providing, how are you making your services more effective for your customers, what are your timelines. So this kind of knowledge must be there for the marketer to plan better way for the marketing strategy. So beyond the product understanding, you need to have the idea about the pricing of your business. So what kind of pricing do you maintain? So how much is your customer paying to you? And when the customer is paying an amount to you, are you in the market? Are you going according to the market value? So how are the competitors charging? How much is your price? Are you in the market accordingly, or are your products priced a bit high? Or are you charging low than the market? So you need to have thorough understanding about the pricing of your products or services or your knowledge. And where is your product being distributed? So again, it boils down to the location. So market area. So how is your product being distributed and where is it being distributed? So for example, let us say if you are a local business, for example, in our website JXR, let me open the website for your convenience. So I'm into our website jobxrobots.com. Here, if you observe, ours is a service-based company and we have got multiple services here which we can promote to our audience. So among these services, what are the localized services? What are the globalized services? So if you want to do marketing planning, strategizing for these services that we are providing, you need to understand each service model thoroughly. So that's what we are talking about here. So you need to understand the place, how and where the product or the service is being distributed to. For example, in this we have got some local services like AC services or architecture services or cleaning services, which are all localized services. And we also have some online services, like maybe we can take digital marketing, it's an online service, educational consultancy. So this kind of services can be given globalized impact also. So how are you providing your products or services to the customers and where are they getting distributed? You need to have thorough idea about it so that you can plan your promotion effectively. So how are you doing your promotion? Promotion is again boiling down to the marketing. So how well you are planning your marketing, that depends on how well you understand your product, how well you understand the product and its pricing as well as place of distribution. So among the promotion points, what are you focusing on? Are you doing the regular traditional advertising? Are you getting into the sales thoroughly? Is there a proper PR management for your business promotions? And whether you are investing into the digital marketing or not. So these pointers must be thoroughly understood by the marketing team to plan better promotional value for the company's business. So when you understand the 4 P's, you should be able to thoroughly distinguish from the P's to the C's. P's which we are talking here about, product, price, place and promotion, we are talking from the client's perspective. So when we talk about the C's of the marketing, customer value, cost, convenience and communication. So these are from the customer's perspective. So the C's of the business are talking on behalf of the customer. So the product that you are selling, the product that you are offering, is this product being valued by the customer or not? Is the customer happy with your product? If you can understand that, you will be able to bridge the gap between the sales. So customer value. Is the customer happy with the product? Is the customer truly valuing the service or the product that you are offering? That analysis has to be. I hope you are understanding my class. If possible, use headphones to understand better. Whenever you do not understand, you can replay the video and listen again. At the end of the class, answer all the questions in the assessment test. At the end of this class, perform the practical task as explained. The better you perform, the more you can earn from JXR. And the cost that he is spending. Guys, cost is not simply the money, not simply the cost that he is spending. It is not the simple price that he is spending. The time and effort that the customer spends to take your product or service is also included into the context of the word cost here. So it considers not only simply the cost of the product, it also includes the time and effort the customer is spending on your product. So if you can understand, is this cost sufficient for the customer? Is this cost suitable for the customer to make him happy with the product that he purchased from you? Is your price matching to the cost expectations of the customer or not? And then convenience again. So when we are talking about convenience, earlier when I was discussing about the concepts, the core concepts of marketing, we discussed about the transactions. The same point boils down into convenience. So making the purchase process easy. So if you want to give complete satisfaction to the customer and make sure that the flow of the business goes thoroughly, you need to make the purchase process simple, easy. So that convenience is going to add up to the value of your business. And always a scope of communication should be there with the customer so that he can discuss about the product with the company. So that is what reviews have come up today. Reviews or ratings that the customers are offering to any business. Today, if you get into any business, even whether it is an online business or an offline business, if you are happy with the product or happy with the service, you have a scope of providing review or rating for the business. So this is nothing but a way of sharing your opinion with the client, and that is what we call communication. So there has to be a dialogue between the brand and the customer, the company and the customer. So the companies, any company should not be simply relying upon their own terms and conditions. Rather, they should try to understand the customer's perspective. Is the customer happy? What is their feedback? And based on that feedback, if you can make better changes for your product, it is going to increase the loyal customer base and it is going to increase the sale over the period of time. So communication plays a very important role when you are trying to build your brand in the market. So for any marketing team, for any marketer, before starting the strategy of marketing, understanding the 4 P's and C's of marketing makes the foundation strong, and then you can make a better strategy for better marketing prospect. So with that, I conclude the session about the introduction of marketing and the core concepts of marketing one should understand before getting into the digital marketing concept. So in our session, we conclude the topic here. In the next part, we are going to discuss about the introduction to the digital marketing. Thank you, everyone. Hope you understood today's class. Now go to the assessment and answer all questions. You can do self-assessment of your knowledge. Finally, you have to complete today's task. The better you perform, the more you will earn from JXR.